MCU's lost all its luster. Meanwhile, a video of Chairs comes out and it breaks the internet. Right. That's how much people don't like it anymore.
MCU has always been so secretive.
No, they're throwing you off.
This is suspicious.
It starts with Foggy dying. He starts Secret Wars. That started Secret Wars.
That's the first domino. Yeah. Foggy.
Well, the way people carry on about it, you would think it was.
You leave Foggy alone. Foggy's the heart and soul of Daredevil.
Not anymore, he's not. Well, the soul part, baby. Right on the floor. What happened? When's the last time you threw up?
It's been a while.
I've been talking about decades.
Decades? Are you like Seinfeld? You got the Seinfeld thing?
Yeah.
Don't eat a black and white cookie.
Not since I was a child.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm in college.
Oh, well, I've never thrown up from drinking.
Oh, I have.
I haven't.
You've never thrown up from drinking?
I don't get like that.
You haven't had a good time then.
I blocked out.
It's pretty good.
The Unchosen Ones.
It's on the second dot, right?
It was on the first one. It was all the way.
Oh, it was all the way?
Yeah.
Now it's on the
second biggest one?
Second biggest. Oh, okay,
No,
good. Thanks.
No, thank you.
Good thing I remembered to check.
I put the Snyder light on.
Oh, good.
You didn't remember that?
I always forget the Snyder light.
Everyone forgets about Snyder.
Like a bat signal.
I think this would be a good time to talk about my raise.
Your what? Your raise. Wait, you're getting paid?
Someone's paying me.
You're getting checks in the mail. Eventually, there's going to be an ask. Hope you've been enjoying all that cash I've been funneling you.
Think it's weird? You think I should be worried?
Nah, just keep cashing them. I think you'll be all right.
Just a nice guy.
It's like an old grandpa. It's in savings bonds.
They mature in 70 years.
70 years.
$20.
Well, I guess we should start with all the hoopla over the MCU director's chairs.
Well, what happened? So MCU's lost all its luster. Meanwhile, a video of Chairs comes out and it breaks the internet. Right. That's how much people don't like it anymore.
Right. What I'm weirded out about is the transparency. Like, MCU has always been so secretive.
No, they're throwing you off.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah, of course they are.
This is suspicious.
There's names that are not there.
What if all of these people die in the first 5 minutes?
Maybe these are the people that are not in the movie. That would be cool.
Well, right now, the list of people who are not in the movie is shorter than the people who are in the movie. I mean, it's like, and they've never done this before. They just like empty the chamber and tell you everybody who's going to be in it.
They don't do anything that's not on
Something's
purpose.
Fishy here. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Well, there's no Tom Holland.
I mean, it is called Doomsday as well. You know, what if in the beginning, like, there's this like extinction level event or something like that, and all these people just get wiped out.
So they're bringing all the old people back just to kill them again?
and then the whole movie just focuses on like a ragtag bunch to save the day.
That's stupid.
No good.
It starts with Foggy dying. He starts Secret Wars. That started Secret Wars.
That's the first domino. Yeah. Foggy. Foggy started Secret Wars.
The way people carry on about it, you would think it was.
You leave Foggy alone. Foggy's the heart and soul of Daredevil.
Not anymore, he's not. Oh, the soul part, baby.
They got like, I was so shocked that some of these that would be huge surprises, like some of the xmen, James Marsden. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
That's why are they telling us that? Maybe
it's just the tip of the iceberg.
This is weird.
Also, it's 2 movies. Usually, when they split them up, it's 2 separate casts.
Well, but this is just for Doomsday, though. No,
I know, but maybe the second movie is going to have a completely different round of people.
I mean, if they have if he goes like, to me, my X-Men in this,
how cool would that? Well, that's what the Russos did that kind of stuff,
right? They
did that nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you got Mackie on one side going Avengers Assemble, and then you got Marsden going, to me, my X-Men.
Someone said it's going to be versus X-Men versus.
Well, I mean,
Avengers.
that was a huge comic line.
That said that they're doing that. Maybe.
Yeah. And then Dr. Doom kind of creating the schism between the two.
Maybe that's going to be the Secret Wars. Those 2 worlds.
Yeah, I mean, it could go so many different ways. So many different ways. But I'm just shocked that they're releasing such key names that you didn't need to know to go see it. Like, I'm seeing it anyway. You know, do you really have to spoil that James Marsden and people like that are going to be in it for people to go see it?
There's a reason. I'm telling you, there's a reason.
Something's up.
They're doing it on purpose.
Right.
They always do everything on purpose.
The next picture is just going to be all these chairs on fire.
And some people are complaining, well, they're ruining Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts? Why?
Because some of the names are not there. It doesn't mean they're dead. They say, well, they must be dead, but that's not what it means.
I mean, could be, maybe not. Maybe
you
not.
don't know. It's not ruining anything.
Thunderbolts no matter what.
But even so, you don't know what they're doing.
No, you have no idea
what's going on.
Everyone thinks they know shit. No one knows shit.
They're trying to they need something to complain about.
Maybe we can have Martha hack in to the Feige's database. She can tell us what's going on.
You get in the Marvel's database.
You don't think Martha can do it?
No.
O ye of little faith, Dave. I've been ramming Feige's server for months now. All it took was a flash of my code, and his firmware instantly upgraded. If you know what I mean. Oh, sorry. You probably don't, because you're both fucking losers. Oh, eat shit, Steve. Not only have I seen the scripts for Doomsday and Secret Wars, but I know exactly why Thor is crying. However, I can't decide if watching you get sued by Disney is worth all the attention it would bring to your show. Nah, I like you guys just where you are. Failureville. Ta-ta. Twats.
I saw those 2 episodes of Daredevil they dropped. I watched the first one, which I love a great bottle episode.
Yeah, that was great.
Those are great.
People complaining, it didn't go anywhere. What are they doing with it?
I'm trying to work on myself because every time I hear and read that stuff, it puts me in a bad place. And
it should.
I gotta realize, like, it doesn't matter how good something is. There's always going to be a minority report.
Sure.
There's always going to be a minority. Like when you go on Rotten Tomatoes right now, it's still 80%, you know, and higher on the critic score.
Right.
Which means there's always going to be those 20% of people. Like even Severance has, you know, 21% of people that think it's shit.
And 20% of the world, it's a lot of people.
Yeah,
like
it's still a lot of people, right? You're going to hear them,
yeah.
Right? You're going to hear. So this is what I'm trying to do. Like if I ever went to therapy, so this is what, if I went to therapy, I would waste the entire hour on why do people not like Daredevil? Do we want to talk about your family? Or no, just Daredevil. I can't take this. They're ruining the experience for me by saying it's not good.
Family's fine.
You have no issues.
It's all great. That's not what I'm here about.
My parents were awesome. I can't stand these fans. You might be wasting your money on these sessions. No, I got to get this out. But I love a good bottle episode. You can think of so many good ones. Like right away, I think of Seinfeld's, you know, Chinese restaurant, parking garage. Those are the 2 I love the most on Seinfeld. But then drama-wise, remember Fly with Breaking Bad? It was the title of the episode was called Fly. Yeah. Or The Fly, or Fly, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Those are just amazing. And yes, they do move the story along if you're paying attention.
Well, you don't know what that stone is, that diamond? Who they're working for.
Well, the whole thing was that the robbers, Luca's men, they were going after the $1.8 million diamond so they could pay the debt that was demanded by Fisk. Right. You know, he said, you guys got to pay. So he's causing, it's a street level show. Yeah. So there are street level consequences. And that's what they show in the show. They're not showing you Nick Fury up on Sword Base in outer space. They're showing you what happens when Kingpin makes a move. Now these low-level criminals have to come up with the cash. Right. And they decide to rob a bank and try and get that diamond. So then Matt stops that. So there's going to be consequences for that because they didn't get to pay off the debt. Right. So if you're paying attention, it's there. And you got to see Matt foil a bank robbery, not using his powers or not using his...
Well, he kind of did.
Yeah, he did use his powers, but you're not using his Daredevil persona in a really cool way. And then also they threw in Kamala Khan's dad.
Maybe that's something too towards the later.
Well, I just think it's more world building, which I mean, that's one of the major things I love about MCU is that, you know, when you were a kid and you watched your cartoons and stuff and there was a little guest star, you know, that was the coolest thing ever, crossover stuff. And ever since this all started in 2008, you always wait for that. Like, oh, I want to hear about, you know, a little tidbit of another show somewhere else. And, you know, Ms. Marvel, her dad works in, Jersey, right? Or her dad lives the family lives in Jersey. Yeah. So, him going to the city every morning, that's totally natural. A lot of people do that. So that was really cool to see him pop up. Why would you complain about that?
It was just a good storytelling.
It was a cool cameo. He was good in the episode. He served purpose in the episode. And I liked him talking about, he's so proud of his daughter. I like that. He's like showing her off without, revealing her identity. And it was cool. Matt saying he's going to, I wonder if they're going to pay that off where he goes and has dinner with them.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Because he was talking about him inviting him over for dinner. So that was awesome. And eventually it's probably going to help him out because he needs to get, what's the word for, he needs to get liquidity.
Sábado llega.
No existe un momento del día.
It's never that.
Damn it. No, he needs to get
Capital?
Yeah, I think maybe capital, right? Yeah. He need to get I don't know. I don't trust the word. I'm not a financial guy. But you need to get money for the law firm, I guess, because they do a lot of pro bono work and stuff like that. So they need loans and stuff. But that might pay off later. So, but yeah, even though it was a cool little bottle episode, it did have story movement in it, a little bit, but it was there.
Everything has to move the story along at every second.
It doesn't, but it did. People just get so upset because they just see him in the bank for the whole episode, and then they gave you another episode right behind it. I was shocked because when it ended, I was like, it said next episode. I was like, oh crap. We got another
probably
one.
Knew that. Oh, they're going to complain about.
They probably knew, like, oh, you know what?
Can you
imagine what that meeting was? Like, listen, we can't just drop the bottle episode because we know what'll happen.
The incels are going to complain. Yeah.
So they did it, and they still complained.
Give it a chaser,
right? Your chaser, chaser episode, and the chaser episode was awesome.
Yeah,
so cool.
And then they're complaining, well, they didn't use him the right way.
Oh, Muse?
Because in the comics, Daredevil can't see him.
He has powers in the comics. Right. He's able to mask Daredevil's senses. Right. But they'd have to give all that background to that and, to see, like, why does he have powers? Is he a mutant? Is he this or is he that? I don't know. Maybe because they don't want to, maybe he's not going to be the big focal point. He's just another thing going on in the city that caused Matt to come back to Daredevil, a serial killer that's killed over 60 people that they know of, and that got him back. Sometimes things don't translate, or sometimes you just don't have enough time because, you're going to have Punisher in this too. It's kind of a stacked series as it is. All I know is I saw a badass episode where they had an awesome fight there. And he even he was like, hit me. He was like, he wanted the punishment, And I love how they keep doing the dichotomy between Kingpin coming back to himself and Matt coming back to himself. They've done that the last couple of episodes, and they keep going back and forth.
Parallel.
Yeah, paralleling them, seeing them coming back. And this time with Kingpin just wailing on this guy. He gives him an axe?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Just throwing him around the room.
He's really good in this, too.
He's really good, yeah. And then he threw him back in the jail cell, too, like for later. I thought he was dead.
Well, in real life, he's dead.
In real life? Yeah. If it was real life, him and those cops that Matt beat up.
They're in the same hospital,
right?
The same ward, same intensive care unit.
Right. They look at you, Kingpin? Nah, Daredevil.
Been there.
Tell me, brother. I know what you're talking about.
They'll never get nominated for like
D'Onofrio getting like an award, like an Emmy.
Get like an Emmy or anything.
Nah, probably not.
Or a Golden Globe.
I bet you they're going to be Emmys in Penguin, though. I bet you
Didn't they already win? He won a Golden Globe, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He got nominated for Best Actor in Limited TV Movie, Colin Farrell.
So I think he won the Golden Globe.
I think he did win the Golden Globe.
Shouldn't we be voting on that? Are we not big enough yet?
I was hoping that we would get a call.
I keep checking the mailbox for my ballot.
refresh. But don't count out D'Onofrio. D'Onofrio is a heavy hitter, man. He might get he's excellent in this. So you never know.
Is D'Onofrio the Marvel version of Penguin? Or is Kingpin the Marvel version of Penguin? There's similarities there, right?
Say, yes.
There are similarities there.
They're both mob bosses. Yeah, and they're both plus size individuals.
That should be a category. Best plus size mob villain in a limited series.
The nominees are the Penguin, and the Kingpin every year.
That kid's what's his name's kid's in that?
That's James Gandolfini's son. Right.
Yeah.
Some people have theorized that is Kingpin's son.
Maybe.
Could be, right?
Yeah.
It's a good theory. You know, and he knows it, which is why he's so like in love with him.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like a sick kind of weird thing. Maybe not. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Though. I also love that we got to see Jack, the swordsman, pop up there in all the rich bigwigs telling Kingpin how to run the city. Yeah. I love his face when he's frustrated, like I'm going to kill everyone in this room. And Jack he's so like, you know, he's so like slimy, you know, the way he talks. But then they showed him actually fighting crime too. Right. Someone was videotaping him. That's so great because they all live in the city,
right? You
know, and they're all like lower level,
right?
You know, vigilantes.
Yeah. Who do you think? Winchesters versus Daredevil? Who takes
why are you pitting everyone against the Winchesters?
I don't think anyone beats them.
There's no supernatural element to Daredevil. You're just throwing everyone in the ring with them. And Daredevil in an instant, by the way.
No way. There's no way.
I think this is what you need to go to therapy for. I think you need
You think the therapist knows?
Minute 1.
I don't have any problems. I just want to know verses.
Back a couple of episodes, there was what I thought was a Easter egg, but then I realized it's Latvia is a real country. Because when we went to the Latvia Heritage Day, where they once again sang, "We built the city," and once again he's like, I was like, oh, are they doing Dr. Doom? But then I forgot there's an extra, you know, a couple of letters in there. Latveria is where Dr. Doom is from. But maybe like it's an odd choice. Like they've done Latvia once before in another series. So like, why are they bringing up Latvia?
Maybe he's going to be from a real place.
Yeah, maybe they're not going to do Latveria.
Yeah.
And maybe it's going to just be Latvia. Right. Maybe they're not going to do another fictional city. Although they have done, you know, they have Wakanda. They did.
Wakanda's not a real.
What are you talking about? They had Sokovia in Age of Ultron. You know, that's a fictional place. So I mean, it wouldn't be out of turn for them to have Latveria as well. But I just think it's kind of weird how Latvia has popped up a few
more
times.
Than once.
Yeah, more than once.
Why would they use it more than once?
I don't know. Maybe someone's Latvian. And maybe Kevin Feige's Latvian.
I don't think so. Feige?
I don't know. And then out of nowhere, I don't know if this was on purpose or not, the photos look good. So they look high quality. The new Daredevil suit for season 2, which is just incredible looking.
I didn't realize they started shooting already.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're not going to have to wait that long, which is great. But it looks just like the one from Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which I thought was excellent. Right. And we have Double D's. Double D's are here, and I'm very happy for them.
So is this all taking place? That's not the same. The Spider-Man cartoon's not in the same.
No, that's a different. That's a totally different universe. Yeah,
there's no timeline.
No. So yeah, it's just that they premiered that. Little did we know when we saw that when we saw Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man that we were seeing the new live action Daredevil costume as well. It's badass looking. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's better than the red one, I think.
Yeah, it is really cool. I like the red one though too, but this, I'm a sucker for a Man in Black. Oh, I'm sorry. Are these on? Are we rolling?
Nothing wrong with that. How many different suits does he need? They don't do anything special. He's just changing colors.
He's just fashion. He likes his fashion.
You can't even say it. What's the point?
Well, he had the yellow one in the storage unit there.
If it doesn't do anything different, what's the point of different colors?
No, he's got a designer and everything.
I think someone's screwing him over.
Are you saying blind people can't enjoy fashion?
Well, no.
Are you a bigot?
How can you enjoy something you can't see? It's all seeing it.
You want to look nice.
How do you know you look nice?
Well, you're just going to dress in trash bags then?
I mean, it's. I wish I could do that. It's lovely. You don't have to worry about it. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Oh, you're envious?
Yeah. How great would that be to not care? I mean, you just, Steve Jobsing it.
Steve Jobsing it?
He only wore the same shirt and pants every day.
Right.
Look what he got done. Because you didn't have to worry about that. I'd be a billionaire if I didn't have to worry about getting dressed.
That's the only thing
That's
stopping
it?
you. That's the only thing stopping you. After the first therapy session, if it's week 2, you might want to delve into more of this stuff.
He said I was right.
All right, so we didn't get a chance because the Severance finale was on and off week for us. So, of course, we have to go into the ending there.
I really don't know what's going on. No idea what's happening.
I'm more fascinated than ever. I loved how that it ended in like a 70s style, like a 70s like a cop show or something like that, or 70s drama. It was very cool.
It has to be the most detailed show. I mean, there's nothing on that show that is not on purpose.
Did you see they lined up the between episode 1 and 2 of season 2, the beginning, where they're coming up the elevator, and they lined up all of the scenes when they're going up to the scenes where they come out on the Severance floor, even though it's 2 separate episodes. They timed it out perfectly just because they thought people were going to nitpick at this. This show is troll proof.
It's working.
It's working. Yeah. Right? You can't criticize it because they have tuned into every tiny detail that they thought they must have like a professional troll. Maybe they have like a you know how like in elections they have like a test like a test audience or they like a group where they see like which way they're swinging. Yeah. Like I think they have like
a control room.
They have like a control. Yeah, that control room must be insane. Yeah, like a control room of trolls, a troll room, right? And they do what are you going to criticize here on this one? And then they proof it so that you can't.
You think they like scour the internet for really dumb comments? Even the music. I mean, the keys they use when they're going up the elevator and going down the elevator.
Even that is something.
Is a thing.
Yeah, even the person scoring the episodes is in on it.
There's no escape key on their computers.
I didn't notice
to signal that they can't get out.
Oh, kidding me! Yeah. I didn't notice that either.
Yeah, they don't have an escape key on their.
Wow, that is unbelievable. There's going to have to be like a manual to like a companion manual for this show.
How do they even get the show done? Between all the.
So a lot of people, and I thought maybe as well because. At the end there, where they leave Gemma, behind in the stairwell, I have a question about that stairwell. Are there stairs on the outside in that stairwell going back up to the top floor? Like, can you leave the building?
There's stairs and there's an elevator.
Yeah, so you can go out there and just go up to the top floor.
Remember in the first season when Helly tried to leave, she kept coming back in the door somehow. I think that was just her brain.
No, that was because Helena comes right back in. So you don't know what's going on, do you? You have no clue.
No. Yeah, does that have to do with the goats? Is that what the goats are for?
No. When they leave, when the innie leaves,
that's why she kept
they just cut out. You don't see it, except for the last time they saw her. They showed her come back in.
Right.
But most of the time they just show them going in and out. They cut out the middle footage to show how it feels for the innie because that's how it feels for them. They never leave.
Right. That would be funny to see the innie keep going
just over and over and over. Yeah, but I think out there you can just walk all the way up. I guess it's a fire hazard. You have to have stairs.
That they're worried about.
You think the fire marshal?
Everything else is fine, but you gotta have stairs.
There's 6 too many goats in that room. You're over fire code. Too many goats.
The hostages need a place to go if there's a fire.
So Britt Lauer confirmed that is Helly R.
Yeah, it has
and not
to be.
Helena. Yeah. At the end, but people were thinking that it was Helena because of Irving's whole Helly is never cruel thing.
Yeah,
but Helly is never cruel to innies, not outies, and Gemma is an outie.
Language.
That was Helly saying that, not me.
That's weird though.
It is weird. Yeah.
Like you could just switch like that. It's still a human being.
But
it's not her fault.
They're prisoners in there.
But so is she. So is Gemma.
Well, Gemma was Helly doesn't know everything going on with Gemma though. Right. Remember that. So I don't know. I don't think it works as good if it's Helena again. Like they already played that card. They did that already. Yeah. It should be.
Could have been like they put something in it where they could just switch her on and off, and they did that to get Mark to stay.
Who knows? Probably yes. Everything could be yes. I don't know. Absolutely.
You know, the show is based on a Black Mirror episode.
I read that. Yeah, that the writer got the inspiration
Christmas.
From White Christmas. I'm going to have to go back and watch that one.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember it either.
It was with the Mad Men guy. What's his name?
Oh, with John Hamm.
With John Hamm.
Oh, yeah. I got to go back and watch that. When is that coming back? Because I love that show.
They just had the new preview.
Oh, good. I love that. I'm going to watch all of them in one night, and then go and get committed. And then it is a crazy show. It's like, it's the new Twilight Zone.
Right.
It's so good. But also in Severance, I'm wondering, Mark is refining Gemma's stuff. So does that mean the other ones are refining another person?
I don't know what any of that is. I don't know who's refining who.
Because why would they all be refining Gemma? They don't know Gemma.
They can't be all refining
No,
Gemma.
they must each be refining another person that's close to them.
They're all working on different files?
Different people. Yeah.
They weren't all working on Cold Harbor.
No, Cold Harbor was and I can't believe that either. Cold Harbor's the name
of the crib.
The name of the crib company was there for everyone to see, and no one noticed. All the people scouring all the details, and no one noticed Cold Harbor.
You're so busy with all the other stuff you didn't understand 15 minutes
Which
ago.
is why she's disassembling the crib in that room.
Right.
That's why it's called Cold Harbor. Yeah, just brilliant. Just brilliant.
Did the writer, who wrote the show?
We said it last week. It's Dan Erickson.
And what else has he done?
He's done Severance. He produced something called Chambers, and he did Severance.
Season 1.
Season 1.
Season 2.
I think that's it. Yeah, I only see he's got 2 producer credits and 2 writer credits.
Jeez.
Way to come out of the gate.
He should retire.
No, that's it. You can't write anything.
No.
You can't write anything else.
What if you put him in a room with Christopher Nolan? What happens? Does a portal open up? How about those two do a movie?
A portal opens up and Han from Tokyo Drift comes out.
And that's still before Tokyo Drift. I mean, how is this like your first thing? How does that happen?
Because you're working on it for 30 years. That's why.
So.
To get all these details right, he's probably writing this for the last decade and a half.
What's Ben Stiller's contribution to it? Like, does he make it a lot better?
Well, the director is the vision.
Right.
A writer writes and they have, visions in their head of what it could possibly be. But when a director gets a hold of it, what you're seeing on screen is the director's vision of the script.
But he had to probably stick to the script.
Well, stick
it's such
to
a detailed
it,
script.
But the way the hallways, they move through the hallways, that's Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
That effect when the change from the innie to the outie, that's Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
That's in collaboration with the cinematographer.
Yeah.
But basically, that's why I always have a problem when a Best Picture wins where the director doesn't win, because those two things have to be together.
Yeah.
A director is the picture. So if a picture wins the Oscar for Best Picture, the director has to win Best Director. They have to go hand in hand. I don't like when it doesn't happen. This is my 3rd week in therapy.
Who's never going to win Best Director?
Don't say it. We can get through it. If he makes Invincible, he might do it. Yeah.
If he sticks to the... Yeah.
He did it on Watchmen. He can do it again.
He didn't get nominated? That should have been nominated for Best Picture.
Watchmen?
Yeah.
Should have been. It was not.
They weren't taking those things seriously.
No. The only ones that get nominated are the Lord of the Rings crap and, Joker. If you play Joker, you have a shot. Two best actors for Joker.
Right.
2 people won for that. And then, what else? There was something else. Something else got through. Oh, and Black Panther. Black Panther got nominated. The first one. And the Joker the first Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie got nominated. They missed out on Joker 2.
No.
I mean,
I think they're fine.
I think that should have been nominated as well.
For a Razzie.
I think it won all the Razzies. Cleaned up.
Good news and bad news, guys.
I'm surprised Joaquin Phoenix didn't go, because he's like the type of guy that would show up and take it seriously. That would have been great.
It's like acceptance speech.
Yeah, like a long acceptance speech.
That'd be great to do a speech like that, like an Andy Samberg bit.
Yeah, like an Andy Samberg
really take it seriously?
or an Andy Kaufman type of thing.
Well, that's the same thing.
Right. That would be excellent. Joaquin Phoenix could have pulled it off, but he would have actually not been doing it as a joke.
Yeah.
He would have been doing it for real.
I think he knows it sucked. I do. I think he knows.
does?
It looked like he knew it.
Okay, I'm willing to say it sucked.
Okay.
But it was not this unbelievably awful piece of garbage
What
that
does
can't
the
be
movie-
watched ever again.
What does sucked mean to you?
Okay, something I can't watch ever again.
Okay.
That is so bad.
So you just said it sucked.
No, I didn't say it sucked. That's quote unquote
You're
sucked.
willing to say
I think
it
it was
sucked.
decent. I think
But
it
you're
was
willing
decent.
to say it sucked.
I'm willing to go along with the consensus that it sucked.
Why? If you don't think it.
Because I'm in the minority report on that. I mean, I know I'm in a very little sliver of
But if you
people
don't think
that
it-
thought no, I'm saying I'm just saying that I'll abide. The dude abides is what I'm saying. But you
Talk
wouldn't
about
know.
something that sucked.
You wouldn't. Oh, yeah, I walked into that. I walked into that. Damn it.
I'll tell you what.
I'm-
I will not go with the majority ever on that.
I'm gonna
I will stand by it.
I am going to get you to watch The Big Lebowski again. I'm going to get you to watch
I've
it.
tried.
No.
Really tried.
You haven't done it. Have you done it high?
No.
We're going to get your juice up and we're going to watch that movie. It's the best movie ever.
Performance-enhancing
It's
drugs.
the best movie ever.
The best movie
The
ever.
Big Lebowski is one of the greatest movies ever made. I'll die on that all day long. One of the greatest movies ever made.
What's better, that or the Joker?
No. Okay, but a movie that I would say is absolutely atrocious and I can't watch it again would be
Have you ever walked out of a movie theater?
no.
Me either.
No,
Just
I
because
don't.
I paid for it, I'm going to
Yeah,
watch it.
now I'm gonna stick through it. Never done
I
that.
don't care how bad it is.
No, there was one. What the hell was it?
Well, Lord of the Rings.
Oh no, I know. Well, I've actually seen those things multiple times because I keep trying.
I can't
to
get through it.
I keep trying to like them, and it never works out. But no, I know. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Kingpin and the Crystal Skull.
I don't hate that movie.
I hate that movie.
Really?
I hate.
But
that
up until
movie.
Shia LaBeouf gets there, it's okay.
He's in the whole movie.
Yeah, I know. Well, the first 5 minutes.
Swinging from vines with monkeys. It's the silliest.
But it's Harrison Ford.
Stupidest thing. I'm glad they made the next one to bring it back. That installment was absolute garbage just because of the height from which it fell.
The scene in the warehouse in that movie is pretty
That's
good.
a good scene. Yeah, I was enjoying it in the beginning. Yes, I was like, oh,
Before
cool.
Shia LaBeouf
That
got
was
into
the whole movie, the warehouse scene.
Right.
Because you got to see where the Ark was. That was the
that was
warehouse
cool.
at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was very cool. I was very into it. And, then, you survived a nuclear blast in an old fridge. And then Shia LaBeouf. Not that I even I don't hate Shia LaBeouf, but in that movie.
Name
just
something good he was in.
Really bad.
Name a Shia LaBeouf movie.
Shia LaBeouf was in.
There is one.
There is one, right?
Right.
No. Constantine. He's not the good
Okay.
part of Constantine, but he's in it, and it's a good movie.
Constantine's such a good movie. It can withstand a Shia LaBeouf appearance. But there is a good movie he's in.
What is it?
It was on HBO a lot. You remember the movie? I think it's called Disturbia. Do you remember the movie with he's on house arrest and that hot girl moves next door, and then there's the
Okay, I understand why you like the movie.
no, it's a
Hot
decent.
Girl Next Door, and your
No.
other favorite movie is The Girl Next Door, isn't it?
That's a great movie. You don't think that's a good movie?
Yeah, it's a good movie, but
a
I think
classic.
you have a trend.
That's that's a classic
I think
movie.
all it takes for you to love a movie is if a hot girl moves in next door
No.
to the main character.
that will get me through the movie. No, Disturbia was a great movie. You remember that movie?
I think I do.
What's his name's in it? That guy who always plays like the second in command in a bad guy.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. David Morse, right? From The Rock, right? 12 Monkeys. He wasn't he in The Green Mile too? He was a good guy in The Green Mile.
He's usually a bad guy though.
Right. He plays a good bad guy.
He's the guy who is second in command and doesn't agree with what the bad guy's doing, and he takes over at some point. He's always that guy.
Typecast. Right.
He's good though. He's one
He's
of those
very
guys.
good. He's a
in
good
everything,
actor. Yeah, he's a really good actor.
Do you remember that movie?
Not well.
That's a good movie.
All
It's a
right,
good
I'll have to
thriller
go
movie.
back. I'll have to go back and check it out. It's not going to happen.
Did you hear that Apple's actually losing money on these shows?
What,
on
on
their streaming
Severance?
service? Just on their streaming service in general.
Well, how could that be?
They're losing
so
over
good.
$1 billion per year on
How
streaming
many
service.
subscribers do they have?
I mean, they have 45 million Apple TV Plus subscribers.
Maybe because a lot of people are sharing.
Apple TV, it's losing more than $1 billion per year. They spend around 4.5 on content.
I mean,
annually.
it looks like they spend a lot of money on content. All the
Right.
shows are very well made and produced.
Yeah, which
and they
is-
have like a lot of big stars on it too.
It's actually down. They spent $5 million in the past
Wow.
year, so they've saved $500 million.
So here's the question: do they care?
No, because this is like it's like a loss leader. The money.
Apple TV Plus to Apple is the infamous hot dog and soda to Costco. They don't care that they're losing money on it.
I mean, revenue is $26.3 billion at end of year last year.
I bet they would get, and I hope they don't do this, but a lot of people share accounts, and I don't think Apple has stopped it like Netflix has. So I think you can share a lot of people share accounts. Well, and if they did that, they'd probably get their money back.
That's a lot of money.
I hope they don't.
It's a lot of money per year.
Yeah, it is. But I guess to them, it's a drop in the bucket. It's nothing.
But why do it if you're losing money on it?
Maybe they see that it helps get more people to their other devices and software and things like that.
I mean, you don't need any of their devices to play Apple TV.
No, you don't. But it's brand recognition, brand awareness. Like if they win awards for their shows, like Apple puts their brand
it's a
up
commercial.
there. Yeah, I mean, branding is everything because everyone makes these devices, right? People buy things because they're Apple, because they have that Apple. Right. So they're always working on. Every company is always working on their brand and where their brand level is, where their brand awareness is, and how their brand is seen in the marketplace.
I mean, unless they come out with like Apple TVs, and like the only way you can get Apple shows now is if you have an Apple TV. I thought they
were going to do Apple TVs. Didn't they announce that one at
Don't
one
they
point?
have Apple TVs?
I don't know. I've never seen one. I thought they were going to have Apple TV. I don't think I think they scrapped that. They were going to do Apple TVs. And then, if that's like the only way to see.
That's a smart move.
Is to be,
right.
But
you have to have an Apple TV.
You have to make sure they're everywhere.
Well, they will be if they really want to see the shows.
Right. That'd be insane. It's not a surprising fact that they cost so much money to make because they do look like they do cost a lot of money to make.
Look at Severance, all that
detail.
Severance
is incredible. I mean, shrinking. I don't think that one probably costs a lot of money, except you're paying Harrison Ford and Jason Segel and all these big stars. Yeah. They have huge talent on that channel. That movie, The Gorge, like that was badass. That was a really fun streaming movie. It looked like it was pretty damn expensive, and you had kind of big stars in that too.
Well, I mean, Jennifer Aniston was on that show, the news show.
Right, that year, right. With Reese Witherspoon.
Right.
She gets big bucks.
Those are movie star type people.
Movie star people. So
why don't they just get unknowns? They want to save some money.
I don't know. I hope they don't.
Does Severance work?
You're telling them to do bad things.
But does Severance work?
Yeah,
is that
Severance
such a strong?
Absolutely works. Yeah.
So,
right. Yeah.
Maybe it works better.
Yeah. I mean, Adam Scott wasn't unknown.
I'm saying, if you do it with unknowns, does it work?
Why are you insulting Adam Scott now?
I'm not insulting Adam Scott.
You say it was unknown. It wasn't unknown.
No, I'm saying if they did it with unknowns.
They had Brianna Tarth.
But if they
probably paid a premium for Brianna Tarth.
Sure. No, I don't think so. She's probably not. I mean, Chris Walken?
Christopher Walken, that's right. Christopher Walken and Totoro in it. So there you go.
Those salaries are not cheap.
Big time salaries. Yeah. They are the John Hammond of streaming services.
Really spectacular. Spared no expense.
All right, I don't have any books for you this week. No comics, but I got a big announcement. Big announcement. So I am presenting my invention, the comic belt. Keeps your comics up. This is going to be, I've been working on this for a long time. There are other devices like this out there that have come out since getting a patent is a real bitch.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. You got to get the drawings and I'm trying to do it all without a lawyer, which is triple hard to do. Because it's so expensive, but
cheaper.
It's a lot cheaper. Been going through the steps. I don't know if I'll get the patent. It's very hard to get a patent. Very hard. But either way, I'm going to start to sell these. We'll start to sell these, and we have our sponsor is going to be And Now Comics. That is going to be our new, our just business only. It's going to be business time on And Now Comics. So if you guys go to And Now Comics on Instagram, if you could please help us to launch it, sub up to that. And we'll just be posting things like this, accessories, comics that are going to be for sale. If we do mystery boxes or blind boxes, things like that. It's all in the works. It's in the larva stage right now. But if you could go there and just sub up to that, really appreciate it to get that going. But I'm gonna be marketing these and selling these soon. So what this is, in case you haven't figured it out, have you figured out what this is?
No. It's hard to even care, to be honest with you. How much do I get for that? What's the cut? That's what I want to know.
0 now.
I
This
really
is
don't
a
care.
device. You have no guesses of what this does?
Comic belt?
Yeah, the comic belt. Keeps your comics up. That's the tagline.
No.
No?
Nothing.
How about something snarky?
Not even snarky. Total
So
blunt.
this will go inside a standard comic box, right? And so instead of your comics falling back, a lot of times people have trouble with that. The comics fall back when you move it or you shake it like this. I don't think you're supposed to do that. But you can pop this in there and the comics will have a dam or a barrier so they don't fall back and get damaged.
What did you call it? The comic dam.
This is called the comic belt.
I have one called the comic dam.
Next week you have a dam.
I'm premiering a new thing.
I went through several iterations. There was the comic wall. I thought of dam. That was one thing. But, a whole wall is a lot more material and I can make these easier. But it's really all you need. It's all you need is for this and the comics go up against it. You don't need a thing going all the way down. You just need for this to hold them up there. It's not supposed to be a divider. It's not a partition. You're just supposed to use these one per box. And it keeps all the comics from falling back into the void. If you want a partition, they're super cheap. You just slide them in, and you can write on them and stuff like that. This is meant to just be one per box, anywhere in the box to stop your comics from falling over. And what separates mine, I know what you're asking. I know what you're thinking, Dave. I know what you're thinking. Hey Jay, what if I have magazine style? What if I have a Swamp Thing Green Hell?
As we do.
What if we have a Star Wars Insider magazine?
What about my porn? What about my hustlers?
What about your Hustlers? What about a New Mutants graphic novel 4? What if you have one of those, right? So those don't fit in the regular boxes now, do they, Dave?
I know what that doesn't do. It doesn't get you any friends, that's for sure.
So for those requires a larger width. Those require a larger width box. Now, oh no, my comic belt is only sized for regular comic boxes. What can we do?
Magnum comic belts.
Instead of making 12 different sizes, I have a little adjustment knob on the back. So you turn it and,
Well, that's stupid. You could have made more money if you made different sizes.
and then you tighten it back up, right? And then now that'll fit in the larger magazine boxes. Huh? How many can I put you down for?
1 million.
I'm going to give Clayton Crane one with his new glove I'm working on for him.
Yeah. Go right in the garbage. The glove and the thing. Put it with the others.
So yeah, that's a that's a big announcement I've been meaning to do for a while. I have prototypes made. I'm gonna give some out to the friends of the channel. We have to come up a name for the friends of the channel. You know how they have
Swifties.
I think
Was that taken?
I think that's taken. I think that's taken. Swifties, and I think Lady Gaga has Monsters for hers. We have to have a name. What's the name of our
Assholes.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Yo! I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
I don't know if they're going to enjoy that.
I bet you they'll like it.
You think they'll like it?
They don't care. They're assholes.
All right, well, I'm going to send all the assholes one. All you assholes out there, you're going to get one.
Not all the. We don't have enough for all the assholes.
And then I'm also going to. I'm thinking about like maybe raffling some off or things like that. So if you want one, here's how you get one. Right? Here's how you can get a free one. If you can like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, or like the comment on Instagram and leave a comment. And also send it to a friend and tell your mom. But I'll go through it and I'll pick 10 people out.
How about nastiest comment gets one?
Nastiest comment?
Yeah, that's fun.
No, I don't want the account getting suspended. No, no, I don't want that. I don't want any of that. Just like it and say what's up Say if you think it's cool. Lie if you don't. And then I'll pick out like 10 people and I'll send them a free one. And then on And Now Comics, we're hoping to have a lot of cool things there. We haven't really brainstormed, but I have some ideas for what we can do.
That's our brainstorm is you putting shit up there and me finding out later.
Oh, I'm glad I brainstormed about that. I have some really cool ideas for mystery boxes.
Your brainstorm room is just you in your head.
Severed. Baseball started. Happy?
No.
No.
Fantasy baseball's a nightmare.
I know, really.
Every goddamn day.
If you ever have the chance out there
Don't.
to play fantasy baseball, you stepped on my joke.
Oh.
That was going to be my punchline.
Oh, get to it. Get to the punchline.
Yeah, don't play it. It's really time consuming. But yeah, baseball started. Do you have any baseball sports news?
Nothing baseball. Football, though.
What do you got in football?
Rule changes.
Rule changes or proposals?
Or proposals.
What do they got?
Yeah. So they've got... Where'd it go? Oh. I'm going to just cut this out. Okay, so
Way to be prepared for the show.
A couple teams have some rule changes. The Packers want to ban the tush push.
Packers? Only the Packers?
They're the ones proposing the rule.
Did they get beat by a lot by it or something?
Well, I mean, they don't play in Phillies. They're not in the same division.
But you know what? I've seen other teams try it and they fail.
Well, not every quarterback can do that.
Not
everyone's Jalen Hurts.
First, don't you have you have to have the personnel, first of all.
Yeah, when you have to have a quarterback who can...
Does he squat like 9,000 pounds or something like that? Yeah, so you have to have that guy.
Kirk Cousins isn't doing this, right? He'd break his leg.
Yeah, so it's kind of bullshit because you have to have the personnel to do it. You have to have the line to do it. You know, if anyone could just do it, then why wouldn't the Packers do it then? Why didn't they do it if it's so easy?
Right.
Yeah, so how are you going to ban something that just because they're good at it?
And you only do it if you need like a yard. It's not like you're doing it every play.
Well, no, that's what it's for. It's for short yardage situations.
Right.
But those are normally very important situations.
Yeah. But I mean, you're not doing it every... I mean, it's not a lot. How many times a
game?
Yeah,
but it's game changing. It's game... See, now you're talking yourself out of the argument. That's a stupid point to bring up. Don't ever be a lawyer. That was awful. Like, that's not a good argument to make.
No, I'm just saying, like, they don't use it a lot.
That's a stupid argument. Stop making the same stupid argument.
Well, why make a rule about something that isn't used ever?
It doesn't matter. It's used in the most crucial parts of the game when you are 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. That's why it's so important. Yeah, so I'm saying it's a stupid argument to say that it's not used a lot.
All right. And then the Lions, they're going to remove... They want to remove the automatic first down.
Don't agree with me that quickly. I don't appreciate that.
I'm giving it to you.
I don't like it.
Take the win.
I hate that.
The Lions want to remove automatic first downs from defensive holding and illegal contact.
Automatic first downs from
illegal contact penalties or defensive holding. It's always automatic.
The automatic first down. Yeah, I could do without that. Yeah. Just maybe give them the yardage. Yeah, and replay the down. Get the down over again. Right. Yeah, I don't see why you have to get a first down every time. That's a good one.
And then they also want the wild card team should be seated higher than the division champions if it has a better regular season record. So it goes to the better record, not the division. Just because you win your division, if you have a better record.
Then you know what? Get rid of the divisions.
Well, yeah,
what's the point of the division? Yeah, I agree with that, but then also get rid of the divisions because the division holds no value whatsoever.
There's a lot of rivalries within divisions.
Well, no, you can still keep the schedule the same, but just why have a division?
Yeah, well, but winning the division builds the rivalry.
That's what I'm saying. What's the point of winning a division title if it doesn't even get you a higher seed than a wild card?
No, but it does build the rivalries.
Yeah, but you could also make the argument that if you're in a different division, you're playing different teams. So
yeah.
So their record from another division, what if their record is better because their teams are weaker and you're in a harder division and you eked it out, and you won your division by a little bit because you have harder teams. So I don't like that one. Yeah. No. See, that's how you make an argument. You got it?
No, I didn't listen to a word you just said. So the Eagles...
Disrespect.
The Eagles want to make the NFL's regular season overtime rules the same as the postseason.
All tush push. The Eagles want every play to be the tush push. They're pushing for that.
If you did that for a whole game, you'd run that clock out.
You would need 10 downs to get a first down.
Well, no, they say the average yardage is like 2 point something.
You'd still need more than
No,
2
2 point something. You can get it in 4.
And Jalen Hurts would be dead after the first quarter.
No, but you'd run that whole clock. You might just need one drive, and you'd win 7-0.
Can you imagine? Just one drive the whole game? The entire first half taken up by one drive?
So then the NFL wants to get rid of the chains, the first down chains, and just use the Hawkeye camera.
Oh, okay. So like when they think it's close enough, they just go to the cameras?
Right. Well, if they want a measurement. The refs are still going to down the ball where they want.
Right.
It, and they're going to use the camera.
Oh, okay. So it's just going to go right to they'll go right to the camera. So it should happen faster then, a lot faster.
Yes.
It should happen really quick.
Right. They'll have, the line and the zones, and it'll be automatic.
It'll just be automatic.
Have to go get the chains, and then I do like seeing the chain get
I know,
pulled
the chain's
out.
kind of cool. Yeah. It's kind of dramatic, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they have like a digital chain.
Nah, it's not the same thing.
Yeah. Maybe they'll probably do a little graphic or something like that. Yeah, that's not the same. I do like the chain. It is cool when they see and they put it down. You see, it's so close,
It saves them time. It says it takes 75 seconds for the chains.
Yeah.
And it'll only take 30 seconds for the camera.
But then, people are going to be like, well, it's electronic. I bet you the NFL is giving the Chiefs all the first downs.
Well, it's if the earth is flat, then how do they measure it?
The flat earthers have a big problem with it?
That's not the right angle. It's a flat earth.
That proves it. You can still see the stick from the other side. So that proves there's no curvature of the earth, as you can see both sticks.
Have you seen that interview Anthony Mackie did? It was really bothering me.
I heard about it. I didn't see I saw a little snippet of it.
It's like the death of the male.
What did he say?
Male masculinity.
In the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities for one reason or another.
Death of masculinity over the last, what is it, decade or 2 decades, something like that?
The 2000s or something.
I mean, all the stuff that I saw that he listed, of what a man should be, I agree with all those things, but is he saying that that's what's dead, that men don't hold doors open anymore, or, they're not like gentlemen anymore? Is that what he's saying?
Most of the things he's listing were just being a good person.
Right.
It had nothing to do with being a man or a woman. They were just being a decent human being.
Yeah.
Everybody should do these things.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not specific to men.
I didn't hear him list why masculinity is dead.
I didn't think he really said.
All I heard was him talking about how men should just be gentlemen and protectors and things like that. But I didn't hear him say why he thinks it's dead.
He just said it's dying. I mean, I don't know if he wanted to go into it.
Yeah, who caused it is
right.
what
he wouldn't.
He didn't.
I'm
go
sure
into.
he has theories. Maybe something he didn't want to say.
I don't know who he's blaming it on. Is it technology? Is it media? Is it what is he saying?
I mean, was he going to say Hollywood? I mean, you
I don't
can't
know.
really say that.
You gotta be careful.
I mean, he wants a job.
Yeah, we're going to need the shield back. The shield and all the stuff. The jetpack, everything, wings. We need it all back.
Not the Adaman, not the...
His director chair gets erased the next day. Whoop.
There's just a spot in it in the video. The video comes back out.
Imagine they replace him with Will Smith.
No, there's a man. And just goes up and slaps someone on stage.
That's my Captain America.
Is that a manly character?
That's my Captain America right there. Yeah, I don't know if that's what he means. Yeah, I don't know what he means exactly.
But even that wasn't the problem I had. It was just what he was saying.
It was a little
weird
bizarre.
comment.
It was a weird comment.
Yeah,
right.
It's just an odd thing.
Now I could see if he said chivalry has been lost. Because then that's
fine.
dual, because, women are stronger now. They don't want or need it sometimes. But, it's kind of wired into us to open a door. If you were brought up with good parents and they taught you those manners and things like that.
If I'm walking and some lady's in front of me opening a door, hold the door open. You know what I mean?
Let it.
Yeah. I mean, that's just being
absolutely.
a decent human being.
Yeah, but I guess maybe, going around the car and opening the door for them.
All right, but that's very specific. I mean,
that's not, I don't know.
The death of male masculinity.
No, that's
still just being a decent human being.
It's kind of an extreme statement.
Yeah, it's almost like he was overcompensating.
Overcompensating for the Captain America comments?
Maybe. It was
trying to level it out.
It was the next thing he did. I mean, literally, he went to that show and was like, no, men suck. Okay, man.
Whoa, wait, I got to get more purple. I'm way too blue. I got to grab back into the purple zone.
Maybe you couldn't get on Joe Rogan. I mean, that would have been the perfect place for that.
Yeah, it was a little
Just
weird.
an odd comment. I don't know.
Yeah, it was an odd
It
comment.
bothered me a little bit.
You'll get over it. I'm sure
Maybe
you'll
I won't.
By Avengers Doomsday, you'll get over it. I'm sure you will. Is that going to be week 4 at your therapist office? The Anthony Mackie comments.
Why do you say that?
Are we ever going to get to what's going on with you, Dave? Or is this all going to be about celebrities and pop culture?
I'm fine. Everything's great.
If you ask me how I am one more time, I'm going to slaughter that family in my basement.
Oh, that's something, I think.
I think we have something that way. We go back to the family in your basement.
Really? The slaughter of the family thing?
You want to talk about that instead of Zack Snyder? I got so much on Zack Snyder.
6-hour movies? It's not right.